Alright, so I wanted to be like one of those cool kids, that has one of those kick-ass intro team preview things. So I made one, and then I somehow clicked something, and it turned like everything into like this red and gray scale. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, that actually looks kind of cool, so I'm just gonna keep it that way. So there we go. And also I couldn't figure out how to change it back, so there we go. We got a team preview there. My team is up there at the top, his team is down there at the bottom. I'm playing Camuso. His link's gonna be into the description and shit like that. So we're playing some UU today, and this is more of a normal UU team rather than just the hyper offense that I brought you last time. So I was like, fuck it. So I'm gonna lead off with my Alicu, and he's gonna lead off with Zoroark disguised as a Darmanitan, and yeah, so does like virtually nothing to me because I'm a fucking Gligar and I'm the biggest fucking wall in UU ever. So alright, so now I wanted to see if he had Ice Beam or whatever. I knew he had Scald, because what Suicune does not carry Scald unless you want to carry Surf for some reason. And he has, it doesn't look like he has Ice Beam, so that's great. So that means I can switch my Togekiss in on it at any time. And yeah, so I take the Scald and I'm gonna switch out into Togekiss, and I misclick the freaking Thunder Wave because I'm a retard. And yeah, so I was going to just go for an Aura Sphere just to get some damage, just to gauge how well this thing would have taken it. But just to kind of see, because if it was a choice banded one, I'm sure he would not have taken it, like, you know, what kind of well. But so I was like, fuck it, damn, I gotta switch into something, and I'm just gonna go into Captain Falcon and take the and go for an Earth Power and two-shot this Roserade. I was not sure I was going to be able to outspeed it the second turn, but I risked it and it paid off, so it was awesome. So now in comes Raikou, and I have a feeling this thing has Hidden Power Ice, because why the hell else would he bring a Raikou in on a Nidoking? And yeah, so looks like he is probably scarfed looking at the damage. That was a crit, but yeah, so now I'm just gonna go for a Wish on the switch, cause why the hell not? So, and then I'm just going into Apollo 11, and I don't really know why I go into this thing, because Gligar completely walls this thing, and it's just, I don't know. So I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Fighting, and because he has that Solid Rock, that's not even going to break the sub. It was like, well, fuck. Damn it, I totally forgot about Solid Rock and shit, and that Mega Horn's going to completely fuck my life up. And it does like over half, so I was like, alright, just fuck it. Just go for a Side Shock, so if he kills me, he's not going to be behind a sub. And it's like, alright, so I'm just going to die here, but I live with 19. Holy shit. Damn. Way to go, fucking Cresselia. So I'm just like, alright, so now I realize that, and I pull my head out of my ass. It was like, you know what, Gligar completely walls this thing. So let's just go into Gligar and just hit it with some Earthquakes until he switches out, because that's just the good thing to do. So, I mean, just watch this. It goes for Rock Blast. It does like fucking 2 damage each, or like 10 or something. I don't know. It does like the retardedly a little bit of damage. So I'm just going to just keep Earthquaking and shit. But oh no. I expected him either to switch or to sub again. So I just went for a Toxic and I nailed this Suicune. That's great. So that's going to have to make him either go for a rest or switch out or do something. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so I'm just, as we found out earlier, he does not have Ice Beam, so Kiss-Ass can safely come in here and start flinching away this little guy. So yeah, so and I just keep flinching it, and I don't flinch that time. But you know what, whatever. It wasn't the para-flinch, it was just normal 60% chance, so I can get over it. It's happened. So, and he rests, get all his way back up to full, but he can't really stay in on this shit, so I'm just gonna... He's gonna switch out into Raikou while I take the opportunity to go for a Roost. And now I'm just about up at full. So now I feel confident I can take something, because I'm thinking this is a Scarfed Raikou. So he goes for a Volt Switch, expecting me to switch out, but I don't. So I'm just gonna try to go for a Thunder Wave, try to hit something with the Thunder Wave, but he makes the good play, goes into this thing, because I guess I kind of wanted him to go for the T-Bolt and me live it, then go for a Thunder Wave, paralyze him, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the Raikou so much. So, alright, so now this thing comes in, and for some reason, this Azumarill has max speed and max attack EVs, even though that makes no sense. I know. I don't know what I was thinking when I was making this Azumarill, so... Yeah, just roll with it for now. I live the Earthquake, which is awesome. And take out his sub with the Waterfall. And I expected a switch, either that or if he stays in, he's going to die to the Superpower. And I nailed the Suicune, which is awesome, which is great. So, now I have one more attack left in me, but I'm just going to save that, just in case I need a priority Aqua Jet. And he's going to go for the Sleep Talk, get the Scald, and I believe this turn he actually gets the Burn. Yeah, so there we go. So, like, Kiss Ass has been in this situation before. He's been burnt and shit, and it's really no big deal. So, and yeah, so Raikou comes back in, and the rocks are definitely helping me along the way. So, again, I'm going to take this opportunity to go for a Roost, get almost back up to full. Of course, with the burn, I'm going to be about maybe like 90%. And of course, I'm not going to want to stay in, and I'm just going to go into Captain Falcon and take that T-Bolt, because, yeah, so... Now, he has to send something in to die. I don't think he has a ground immunity. I don't know, is it just me, or is it, am I like the only one that likes to always keep a ground immunity around? So, now in comes the Darmanitan, and I know this is the real Darmanitan because he took super effective Stealth Rocks damage. So, and then he misses a move. I couldn't remember. I didn't see what it was. And then he goes for a Flare Blitz, does a lot of damage, but he does a lot of damage to himself, which allows me to kill him with the Earthquake. So, now the Raikou comes in, and he's going to take me out with the Hidden Power Ice. Gligar, he's done basically his job, and that's okay. So Huggies is going to come in, and I'm just going to go for the Aqua Jet, because like I said, I got one more attack in me. Why as well save it for one moment. If he brings in this Suicune, I hit it with the Aqua Jet, die, and then get my choice of switching. So that kind of gives me a switch initiative. And this is really what I needed the Togekiss for. I really needed the Togekiss for this Suicune. So I was like, okay, let's go for the flinch. Get the first flinch. Great. That's awesome. Awesome. So he's got 2 more turns of sleep. Alright, 1 more turn of sleep. Go for the flinch. He doesn't get the flinch. He gets the Sleep Talk, and he gets the Scald. Okay, that's just fine, because he is going to die next turn, because there's nothing he could do that could have taken me out. So I'm just going to go for the Aura Sphere, just on the off chance, you know, he switched in the Raikou, I would be able to hit it for a little bit of damage. Now he has to lock himself into HP Ice or Thunderbolt. If he locks himself into HP Ice, I probably would have lived it and hit him hard with the Aura Sphere. If he locks himself into T-Bolt, Captain Falcon's obviously going to avoid that and kill him and kill his Zoroark. Awesome name, by the way. So that was the game for today. Good game, Camuso. And we had an OU match, and it came down really close. But this, I believe, was the better of the 2 matches. It essentially was a 2-0, just because Cresselia was pretty much dead. So I give it a 2-0. So that's the game for today. Go check out Camuso. Link's going to be in the description. I really don't know what he does, but there we go. And let me know what you think about that red and grayscale. It looks kind of cool to me. I like it. I especially like the Umbreon with the red rings. That looks fucking cool. So there we go. Like, comment, sub, and all that good shit.